Good morning, teammates, and happy Thursday. So in this video, I'm taking you guys on a few days in my life as a teacher. Today's a pretty busy one because we have our State Department coming to observe us, watch us teach, and things like that. So pray for me, guys. I don't mind people coming in my room, but it's all the time. Just continue to do what we do, and I also train my students it doesn't matter who come in here, we're not waving, popping up, things like that. We're just going to continue as our day as normal. As you know, in teaching there is no normal day and that's the problem, but they're students and I'm determined to have a good day, and when I said that determining factor, usually it follows suit. So I went ahead and switched my students' desk. I don't know if you guys saw that in my last vlog for the asynchronous day, but right now I'm about to prep everything and start my day. I did all my copies already. Let me tell you guys, this is a game changer for my teacher organization. I already know what we're doing for our foundation sheet. We're still working on main idea and detail. So all I have to do is come here, get the papers I need, and that is a huge game changer as a teacher. So like I was saying before, organization is a huge game changer as a teacher. So if you guys want me to do a video of how I stay organized and not go crazy, I would love to do that as well. And then I was out on Monday because I'm still not feeling the best, but we have to still do stuff, and I wrote a note to my students of what they're supposed to be doing, and it was actually pretty funny. But everything got done, and it's a little weird because not all the time when I have a sub they get everything done, but this time they did. I was so organized about it. If you haven't checked out how I plan for a sub, be sure to check that video out as well. And then I'll give you guys an updated classroom tour real quick. So I put my students on islands because that's where we're at this point in the school year. G-R-E-S, and we know that if it's a short vowel, we add a double. Huh? You checking out on me? Three rows. Chat. Okay, look at you reading. Go. With a chat. Michaela, you gotta keep on all by yourself. Everybody's working independently. So what does short O say? I love it. Yeah. Nice. Alrighty, number 4. Put your 4s up if you're ready for 4. Damari, what we did this week, right? Number 4 is confused. Hey teammates, and happy Friday. So this is basically turned into a few days of my life as a teacher. Yesterday was just super chaotic because my surprise happened yesterday, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. Hopefully everything goes through. But after I introduced myself in the vlog, I introed the vlog, it was everything went haywire after that. So I was not able to vlog for you guys. And now today is Friday, March 8th. And today's been a pretty good day so far. The weather feels so good. I have the windows open. It's a beautiful breeze. Yeah, as you can see, we did small groups today. I went ahead. They did take a test. I hate having tests on Fridays, but it's just the way it felt. And to be honest, I'm using all of my instructional days because we only have 12 days until spring break, and instructional days until spring break, and we have a lot to get done. And also when we get back, it's 2 weeks, and then we're taking the MCAT assessment. The goal, if we get everything done and friends that have their lessons done, they can go outside for fun Friday. And so usually I like to bring donuts, or if they have enough chips, things like that for my classroom management strategy. But I'm tired of spending money. As a teacher, you invest so much into your students, and I'm trying to find other creative ways to incentivize them and still get their work done, So it is now lunchtime. Also, my friends that were behaving this morning, my Pythons did amazing in small group today. They're meeting their goals, and I'm now able to have lunch with them, even though I didn't bring lunch today because I'm going out to eat with my former partner teacher, Miss P. I don't know if you guys have seen that video on how my first year partner teaching went, and of course now I have a new teacher this year. You guys were able to meet her in my first versus second year teacher video, so be sure to check that out above. And yeah, happy Friday. So we're going to finish all the day strong, and I need to make my copies for next week. Alrighty, so hey teammates, it is now halfway through the day, and I had lunch with my students. That was pretty good and fun for them to just see them outside of being your teacher and out of the academic setting, because we could talk, they ask me questions, I just get to know them, their interests, things like that. It makes my heart so happy that they earn lunch with me. So right now I'm making copies for next week. I'm being really productive, and I'm about to start block 2. Hey teammates, and happy Monday. It is now a few days in my life as a teacher, but today was really good. It is now Monday, March 11th. It feels like a Friday, to be honest. It's already Monday. My students were so well behaved. Like, I love seeing them grow. And at this point of the year, the islands are definitely working. You know, I changed their desks in the last video. That has been very helpful because nobody's arguing about who is messing with who, because everybody's on their own island doing whatever they're supposed to do. I also had an observation, like an informal observation today. My principal came in and we were just working. I got really good feedback from that. And it's like, when you know you're a good teacher, but then other people like point out positive things inside of you, or like that your students are doing, how my routines and procedures are running effortlessly, it makes me happy because it wasn't always the case. So I was really glad about that. And then in this video, I basically want to talk about flexible seating. My principal went ahead and highlighted how my students were like working really nicely on these things. Like the students can sit on it and cross their legs. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys in my classroom setup video. So yeah, they were just working on that really nicely. The reasons I like flexible seating is because it gives students a choice and gives them autonomy in how they work best. I had some students even just like working on the floor, to be honest, but these give them a platform so they can do their work. And then also, I had these little stools. I'll show you guys those as well. So these were the stools that were donated to my class at the beginning of the year. If you get the plastic ones, that will be better, because these tin ones, I'm not gonna lie, they are falling apart. But I'm not a type A teacher anymore. I am basically letting the mess be a mess, and our students, their kids, we're gonna use the things, and so they're gonna get ruined. Even my bean bag has been deflated. It gives students a choice whether they work better here, or in groups at the back table for a certain assignment. They have that flexibility, and I like that it gives them autonomy. I listened to this podcast. I'll probably put it down below because it was so impactful, just the difference between boys and girls and how different we are. My students, my girls, can usually sit down, be quiet, and do what I ask them to do. But my boys, they need to be fishing, they need to be doing something, they need to be moving around or swaying. And to be honest, as a teacher, like, he gets distracted. One student is like bobbling their head or doing whatever silly thing they may just need to be doing. Well, I won't call it silly, but it's like they just need to be moving around. And when I allow students to stand up or get their work done, moving around, putting a dance to it, I found they learn better and their brains work better when they are moving, because no job really, especially like a lot of guy jobs or men jobs, they're moving around, they're active, they can't sit still. Like, it's impossible for them. For some students, it's not in their genetic makeup, to be honest. And being okay with that and allowing other students to be like, oh, this student needs to stand right now, they're making that best choice for their learning. Maybe a student is just so agitated because they have to sit or they feel confined to a seat, as opposed to letting them go to the back table, letting them stretch out their legs on the carpet, getting a clipboard or getting one of these and just having a seat and stretching out to get their work done. It's not like a constant battle, tug and war, because guess what? You made the choice, a great informed choice, that you realize, I'm getting frustrated, I need to go sit somewhere else. Miss Brown, can I sit at the back table? Yes, you may. And at first it was like me moving them was like a punishment, but now it's like, oh, Miss, I need to get up, I need to go do something. So allowing them that autonomy to do that has been very beneficial, and I have seen a lot more resistance when it comes to work because they can pick where they want to sit. We now have to get into the rules and lay some groundwork with these rules because, as I said before, students used to leave it all out and they used to make me very upset, especially if you got a donation or you spent hard money on your classroom, your hard-earned money on your classroom, and students are just like throwing it away or not taking care of it. So to be honest, even like the Cozy Corner, we had to do a whole 360 on that, because why are you throwing our books around, you know? These are our books, and having that conversation, this is a community classroom. You have to use it, I have to use it. Let's try to make the most of it and make sure that everything is being used correctly and put it back correctly so that when we come tomorrow, it's not all over the place, you know? And I feel like I and students work better in a cleaner environment. So making sure these are put back nice on the shelf, our pillows are nice and stacked neatly, and then on our back table, also where these are, we used to stack these, but it was causing a lot of wear and tear on them, so we don't stack them anymore. So rule number 1 with flexible seating is your work has to be getting done. If you're back here talking, giggling around, doing whatever, it's not gonna work. Going right back to your seat. And at first, I felt like a mean teacher. Oh, you're talking, right back to your seat. So it took a couple weeks. Like I used to say it, who voice do I hear? Oh, do I hear talking? You're going back to your seat. But now students really take me seriously because for a good 2 weeks, I was monitoring it like crazy. Oh, you're talking, back to your seat. And yes, I got a lot of eyes rolled at me, a lot of attitudes because you decided to talk. Did I decide to talk? No. So rule number 1 is you have to get your work done. Rule number 2 is you have to earn it. If I let you sit back there and you don't get any work done and it's time for resource, you're not sitting back there again because you didn't get your work done. Or if I let you sit back there and you lose my trust because you're drawing on the boards or listening to music, everything except for what I asked you to be doing, which is your working your assignment, and it's not turned in the time that I give you to turn it in, I now have to take that away. And rule number 3 is going ahead and clean up everything. If you leave it a mess, best believe you're not going back there tomorrow. If you're rolling these out to your students, especially at the beginning of the year, make sure you set these ground rules and expectations. So like the first thing they have to do, they always have to ask me before they go back there, just to make sure like the student of the week doesn't have it or someone's already occupying a beanbag, a stool, or a table. The next thing is letting them know you cannot talk to friends. I already touched on that earlier. You cannot talk to friends when you're back there. It's only for positive working only, good working only. If you're not doing your best work back there, unfortunately, you're gonna have to sit at your seat. I don't want that to be used as a punishment, but instead I want it to be flexible so that they have the choice to be like, oh, okay, I know when I'm back here, I'm getting my work done. The next thing is the quality of work. I know I had some friends when they were back here, they were just writing sloppy or just not turning in the best quality of work. So the next thing when implementing it is letting them know your quality of work has to be up to par as well, because again, this is like a treat. I like to make it a treat, but also it helps their brain with learning. The next thing is make sure you follow directions when you're back here. If you're not following directions, best believe everyone will be back here having a good old time, getting their work done except for you. And I hate to put it like that, but some friends just automatically thought they were entitled to it, which they were not. The next thing is follow directions, clean up when I ask you to, or if you have a question, raise your hand, don't just sit there stuck because I can't see you. And I also try to make my room really accessible. So if I'm in this part of the room, I can see every part of the room. If I'm in this part of the room, I can see every part of the room. Like there's no hiding spots and I can see what students are doing at all point in time. So that's basically the benefits of flexible seating, the rules behind my flexible seating, and how I implement flexible seating. I hope this was beneficial to you guys, and then I put some videos of my students just enjoying flexible seating and making school fun, because I don't want it to be daunting. I believe flexible seating is a way to make it fun or not feel like they're in school having to sit at a desk all day long, because in my educational philosophy, I had to write one of these. I realized that sitting at a desk with the teacher at the front of the board, that does not work for me. So that's why I love doing small groups, and that's why I love having students learn or be active throughout the day, because the time goes by so much faster when you're not just like, oh, what time is it? What time is it to go? Alrighty guys, so that is it for my video. Thank you guys so much for watching and following me along these few days of my life as a teacher. But comment down below, how do you use flexible seating in your classroom? I would love to know that down below and have that conversation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.